Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica Rich, and I am a self-wellness coach. And on this channel, we talk about all things that help you become a better version of yourself. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or physically, we talk about it on this channel. So over the last few days, I have been really thinking about something that was shared with me on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so last several days. But someone told me, a mentor told me that I need to bet on myself. And that hit me hard. All weekend, I had been thinking about it. For those of you who are new to this channel or are aware, but I'm a leader in corporate America, but I also have my coaching business, hosting events. So J Rich Events, creating experiences for women in person or virtually. I have my retreat that's coming up, and I'm also a speaker and an author. And when I think about the things that I'm doing, I sometimes I hold myself back because of my corporate career and position, because it's what I know. It'll be 17 years next month, and for someone that's 38 and for it to be 17 years, a lot of people can't say that. So it's what I know and it's what's become normal. But at times I feel like, although I am doing a lot for my community, I'm finding ways to pour into others. I do sometimes hold myself back from my full potential or really doing what I'm passionate about or exploring new things. And when, my mentor said, like, you have to bet on yourself, I was just like, I didn't realize how much I needed that. When you think about all the things that we do for ourselves, we pour into ourselves, we think that we're doing the most, but that made me think, like, am I just, I wouldn't say busy work, but the things that I'm doing, I'm passionate about, is there more? Or is there a different direction that I need to take? How do I really bet on myself on all things without putting myself in a box or limiting myself? And then just earlier this week, I've had conversations with individuals about, people who have passed away at work. And also I had a conversation with the individual about this gentleman who he and his wife, made this decision that he was at retirement age, but they agreed that he would work a couple more years for whatever reason. And less than a week after he retired, his wife passed away. So he retired on Friday. His wife passed away that Wednesday. And when I think about these individuals who, have transitioned and the life that they lived, and just the life that I'm living, and am I doing everything that makes me happy and that I'm passionate about and that's in line with my purpose, or am I allowing my job to hold me back? Because we never know, right? We don't know the day, we don't know the hour. And I want to be able to say, like, I lived my life to the fullest. I enjoyed every moment of it. I didn't allow anything to hold me back or put me in a box or just put a ceiling on the potential of what I can do. And I have just spent the last several days, like, really sitting in that bet on yourself, bet on yourself. How can you bet on yourself, Jessica? What can you do differently? Although I'm doing so many things I enjoy, and then adding that conversation about these individuals who just gave so much. One I worked with closely during the pandemic and multiple assignments, and it hurt. I knew that he was ill, and it took a lot for me to eventually ask, like, how he was doing, for the fear of him not making it. And we deserve so much, right? And, not specifically speaking to those individuals, but what I took from it, just the conversation in the reflection, I want to know that, when my day comes, like, I did everything that I was passionate about that made me happy. No one else had a say about, what I did and what success and happiness looks like. And I shared with you all, going to Bali last year really helped me to be able to articulate and embrace what that looks like for me. But knowing what your purpose is and praying that you'll have guidance and direction on what you should and should not be doing, how to stay patient, having guidance. That's one thing I've been praying about. It's just, Lord, please give me guidance, right? Give me direction. I want to be obedient. What is my next steps look like? If what I'm doing is right? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And although I do strongly believe that when it comes to my purpose and it being in alignment, but that bet on yourself made me think like, are you doing all that you can? Or is there something else that you need to consider that's in line with what you're doing? And are you putting yourself in this situation where you're limiting that because of, your commitment and loyalty to your 9 to 5, which my 9 to 5, I do well, right? I do well. It's something that, I enjoy being a senior leader. I enjoy developing my leaders. I enjoy connecting and developing their folks. That's something that I've always been passionate about, but I can't let that take away from my purpose outside of work. And I've met people who have had conversations with me and they're like, I know this isn't my purpose. The fact that you know what your purpose is, because I know this can't be it, like, it's amazing and it's inspiring. And I know that the work that I'm doing, it fulfills me and it makes me happy. It just brings me a sense of joy. But I do think that there's other things that I need to consider when it comes to how do you bet on yourself, Jessica? So I took a lot of notes when I met with my mentor, and I'm going to be writing out some things like, what does that look like? What does that look like for you? And not taking into consideration what anyone else thinks, what society thinks, what I should be doing, but like, what does that look like for you? What can you do? I want to be aware of my capacity, but like, do you need to relieve responsibilities in other areas to be able to do that, to bet on yourself? And I think also it's to take a little bit of a risk. Don't be afraid to step out on faith on whatever it is. One thing I haven't really communicated to my community or shared with a lot of people is I recently accepted an adjunct professor position. Super excited about that. But one thing I wanted to do this year was to create additional streams of income. And I did the work last year to connect with some other professors and just kind of ask them about their experience and what they're doing. How do they get started? Can they connect me with anyone, or do they have any, best practices or strategies for me to at least get connected with the college or the university? And here I am in less than a year with the opportunity, accepting the opportunity, and I'll start in the fall. For me, that was betting on myself because I literally would be like, okay, you just got out of school, Jessica, last year. What does that look like in the evenings for you to be an adjunct professor? But that's something I have been thinking about for a few years, and it creates additional streams of income because I have some long-term goals. I don't know if I've ever shared this on this specific platform, but I would love to live in Bali for 3 to 6 months. I would love that. And how I get there is betting on myself and finding ways to create additional streams of income. A lot of companies do not even allow you to, some companies allow you to work internationally. A lot of individuals who are working internationally during the pandemic don't have that much flexibility as they did before to work remote basically anywhere in the world. So I would have to find basically have to find another organization that would be okay with that, or other means of income to sustain my life and be able to live there. But that is an ultimate goal, to be able to go to Bali for 3 to 6 months, live there, embrace the culture, embrace the people, enjoy the beach, enjoy the adventure, the hiking, the exploring. Just that is a very near future goal for me. And by me, getting this adjunct professor position and even applying, it was me saying like, okay, like this could potentially help you at some point. Not only financially saving up to get there, but maybe it could help you in the future. I would just love that, you know. But you think about a lot of people aren't talking about picking up and moving and going to another country for 3 to 6 months. So that's one thing, right? So me, I stepped out on faith. I took a chance and a risk to reach out to those individuals, one I did not even know, and connect with them. And then I got this opportunity. But I'm going to be thinking about more opportunities and what else that looks like for me. And how can I step out on faith? Is there something that I have been hesitant about that's been holding me back, that I can really say, like, is it time for you to take that leap of faith? And I have a lot of friends that have done it and have had, you know, life-changing experiences. And although their life didn't look exactly the same as it did before they took the leap of faith, they're happier, they're more peaceful. So that's something I'm going to be working on. And I bring that to you all just to say, bet on yourself. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to live in your purpose, right? Are you living or just existing? Because we can get so trapped in the hustle and bustle of life that we miss the opportunity to truly live and enjoy the things that bring us joy, that makes us peaceful, that makes us smile. And then we also can put ourselves in this box because we're just living and we're allowing life to, we're just existing and we're allowing life to be lifing. And we put ourselves in this box where we're saying, like, this is all that can happen for me. There's nothing else that can occur. This is it for me. And you put that lid on the box. You have this glass ceiling that you can't break through, and you limit the potential of what you can be. So as I take these next few months, especially these next 30 days, like, just really thinking about, what have I been limiting myself on? What have I put myself in a box specifically on? And how can I, like, climb out the box? What does that look like? Is it something where I can just burst right out? Or is it something that I got to create steps to be able to do so? But it is so important for us to bet on ourselves, because this life that we're living, we're not promised a certain age or a certain date. And, you know, you want to make sure that when you do, right, when your time comes for a transition, that you live to the best of your ability, for the best of what God had planned for you, that you embraced it. And, you know, if it has been planned and set out for you, like God's will, you want to be able to walk in that and not say that you walked in fear, or you were afraid, or you didn't think that you deserved it, or you didn't think you can accomplish it. Like, you absolutely can, but you got to believe it. And most importantly, you got to bet on yourself, because I'm going to bet on myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If this resonated with you at any part of it, please share it in the comments. I think the conversation and engagement can spark not only additional conversation, but then also inspire someone else to realize, like, you have to bet on yourself. You have to choose yourself. You have to pour into yourself and not limit yourself based on this mentality that we can sometimes have. And sometimes it takes someone else to pour into us to make us realize that, which happened to me on Friday. So I appreciate you watching my YouTube channel. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one.